Ever go down like a total rabbit hole of Web3 articles and like Twitter threads and everything, and then you come out like way more confused than when you started?
It really is like the wild west of information, isn't it? Exciting for sure, but oh man, so easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Hmm.
But hey, that's why this deep dive we're doing on Kaito today is so fascinating.
Yeah, they're really onto something.
Totally. So we're going to like really break down how Kaito's using AI to make sense of it all. It's almost like having like a personalized research assistant for Web3, which, let's be real, we could all use.
No kidding. I mean, who has time to keep up with all of that?
Right. So we dug into this recent interview with Kaito's CEO,
Yeah.
it was on the SEB10X YouTube channel. And this guy's story is wild. It's like almost as interesting as the tech itself.
For real? I mean, how often do you hear about like a Citadel trader? I mean, we're talking high finance here, leaving that world to build, get this, an AI-powered search engine for crypto?
It's crazy, right? Imagine this guy, right? Used to dealing with like massive amounts of financial data. But even he was like, I can't deal with this Web3 information overload.
And that just gets to like the core of why Kaito even exists, you know? It wasn't like, oh, AI is a hot topic, let's cash in on that. You saw a real need for reliable info in the crypto space. I mean, traditional search engines, please, they're practically useless. He wanted something way more powerful, something that actually made sense for Web3.
Okay, so that's where Kaito goes from interesting to like seriously mind-blowing, at least for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I consider myself like pretty tech savvy, but then I saw how Kaito pulls data from like literally every corner of the Web3 universe. I was floored. It's amazing.
They're not just like indexing websites, right? We're talking tapping into like the real conversations happening everywhere. Twitter, Discord, Telegram, even those super niche governance forums.
Oh yeah, where all the like real alpha is hiding, for sure.
Exactly.
It's like they're like reading every tweet, deciphering every meme.
Oh, and summarizing it all in a way that like normal humans can understand.
Right. And get this, they even like transcribe audio and video content. So podcasts, conference talks, all of it.
Yeah, which is how they got that grant from the Ethereum Foundation, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's impressive for sure.
So it's like crazy comprehensive.
Absolutely. And oh, this is the best part. You know how many times you've searched for something and it could be anything, but you end up with a million results that are totally irrelevant or even like sketchy?
All the time.
Kaito's got a built-in solution for that.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's called get ready for it, their dynamic social graph.
Okay, that sounds really technical.
It's actually brilliant and kind of common sense when you think about it.
Okay, I'm listening.
So it's like having a built-in BS detector, which, let's be real, we all need online, right?
100%.
So Kaito's AI basically identifies like the most trusted voices, the real deal experts in the crypto community, and then it gives their content more weight.
So it's kind of like how like we trust recommendations from our friends more than some random review online.
Right, exactly. Except in this case, your friends are like crypto gurus.
Right. The people who really know their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of getting bombarded with like noise and misinformation, you're getting insights from people who actually understand what's going on.
That's the idea.
Okay, but let's like get even more into the nitty-gritty, right? How is AI actually being used in Kaito? Like, what's the secret sauce here?
You broke it down into 3 key areas. So first up, data cleaning and labeling. Imagine you're trying to make sense of like a massive Telegram chat
Oh my gosh.
with like thousands of messages full of slang, emojis, random tangents, all of it.
That sounds like my worst nightmare, honestly.
Right. I mean, how could you even begin to organize that?
I don't even know where I'd start.
That's where the AI comes in. Kaito's AI, it's like an army of like super-powered research assistants, right? Sifting through all the data, filtering out all the junk, and then like tagging everything in a way that actually makes it searchable and analyzable for us normal humans.
So they basically automated like one of the most tedious parts of research.
Exactly. Which frees up their team to focus on, the bigger picture stuff.
Okay, that's impressive. But I'm guessing it doesn't stop there, right?
Yeah.
What's the second area where AI is doing the heavy lifting?
Sentiment analysis. And this is huge. We're not just talking about tracking like likes and retweets here.
Okay.
Kaito's AI is literally designed to understand like the nuances of online conversations.
Wow.
So it's gauging the overall like mood and the real sentiment of the crypto community toward, specific tokens or trends.
So it's not just about like what people are saying. It's also about how they're saying it,
Exactly.
which, let's face it, can make or break you in the crypto world, right?
Oh, 100%.
All right, like, are people genuinely excited, or are they just, like, jumping on the bandwagon?
Totally. And remember that whole like meme coin craze?
Mm-hmm.
That was like pure sentiment driving the market.
Oh, for sure. It was wild. And speaking of meme coins, I'm curious how Kaito handles those, because they seem so random, so unpredictable.
That is where Kaito's token mindshare metric comes in. It's basically a measure of the social buzz, the sentiment surrounding a specific token.
Okay, so, like, if a certain meme coin is, blowing up on Twitter, Kaito's picking up on that and, like, actually quantifying it.
Exactly. And this is like super useful for understanding the dynamics of these meme coins, where hype can literally make or break a project overnight.
Totally. Hype is everything.
Right. So Kaito can like track how that sentiment shifts over time, which is super valuable for anyone trying to navigate that space.
That's huge. But let's be real. There are tons of tools out there that track, like social media mentions. What makes Kaito's token mindshare different? What am I missing?
So the difference is like the depth of analysis. Remember that social graph we talked about?
Yeah, the BS detector.
Exactly. Kaito actually factors in the credibility of like the sources that are discussing a token. So, a tweet from like a respected developer, that's going to carry more weight than a random spam bot.
Right, of course. So it's not just about, like, quantity. It's about, like, the quality of the buzz.
Yes, exactly. And that kind of like granular insight, that's crucial, especially if you're, trying to figure out like the long-term viability of a project and not just, is it hot right this second?
Right. Because anyone can track keywords, but understanding, like, the context and the credibility behind those mentions, that's next level.
It's about moving beyond like the surface level data and actually getting to like the real story behind the numbers.
Which is super valuable, I imagine, whether you're, an investor or a developer or even just someone trying to wrap their head around this whole Web3 space. Okay, so Kaito's giving you all this data, but it's not just about giving you data, right? It sounds like they're trying to, like, empower users to become, like, their own analysts.
Absolutely. One of the most interesting things about Kaito's vision is their plan to like create a decentralized platform, and they're using something called BENSER for this, which is like a decentralized AI network.
Okay, now we're getting seriously futuristic. Break that down for me. What is Benser, and how does it all work with Kaito?
Imagine a world where anyone can contribute to like Kaito's whole data indexing and analysis process, right? That's essentially what Benser allows.
Oh.
So it's like this distributed network of contributors, and they can help like train Kaito's AI. They can curate data. They can even build like custom dashboards, custom insights, whatever they need.
So it's like crowdsourcing, but for, like, research and analysis.
Exactly. It's about tapping into the collective intelligence of the entire Web3 community.
Oh, that's so cool. I can already see the potential. Like, someone could theoretically build a custom dashboard that tracks, like, all the newest developments in a specific part of DeFi, right?
Right.
And it's curated by, like, actual experts in that field. That would be incredible.
And that's like the future that Kaito is building toward. It's a much more open, accessible, and collaborative like Web3 information landscape.
Yeah. It's like democratizing access to, like, actually good information, which aligns so well with, this whole ethos of decentralization.
Exactly.
Okay, so for our listeners who are, like, already deep in Web3, maybe even like a little skeptical of all the AI hype,
Yeah.
what's, like, the one thing they should take away from Kaito? Like, what's a big lesson here?
Honestly, I think it comes down to this. Kaito shows how to use AI not to replace us, not to replace human intelligence, but to make it better, to augment it. They're not like trying to create some black box that just, spits out investment advice. Right?
Yeah.
They're building tools that help us humans make better decisions, smarter decisions, more informed decisions.
So it's less about replacing our roles in Web3 and more about, like, leveling up our capabilities.
Exactly. It's about giving us better data, better insights, and honestly, like more control over our Web3 experience. And that's powerful.
It really is, right? It's like
Yeah.
AI done right,
Yeah.
Not trying to take over, but trying to, like, help us reach our full potential, at least in the Web3 world.
Totally. It's exciting.
It really is. So, like, as we wrap up this deep dive into Kaito and this whole, like, future of AI-powered research, it feels like we've uncovered way more than just, a new search engine.
Yeah.
Like, we've actually gotten a glimpse of what's possible, right? This future where information is actually accessible, it's personalized, and maybe, just maybe, we can actually trust it. which is huge.
And a future where it's not just like a few big companies controlling all the information, right?
Exactly.
It's like this whole network of people contributing,
Like Web3 in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, that's an amazing thing, not just for Web3, but for like the future of information, period.
Totally, totally. So what do you think? Are you feeling optimistic?
Cautiously optimistic, maybe?
Yeah, I hear that. Little cautious optimism never hurt. Sometimes that's all you need to keep exploring, keep learning, keep asking those important questions.
For sure.
And on that note, I have one last question, and it's for you, dear listener. What will you discover when you take your own curiosity and you combine it with the power of AI? The tools are out there, the information's there, like the journey is yours for the taking.